always been that way. From the moment I was born. It's like always with one foot in this world and one foot in the next. It's just always been that way. I've always seen spirits. I've always heard voices. I just didn't really know how to put it together then. Um, it took a long time. It took a long time to figure it out, but it's who I am. I can't change it. I don't want to change it. But a lot of things are false. A lot of things are false. Lori, how are you today? Today is, I believe, the 18th of January, 2017. I wanted to talk to you today about something that we all have to deal with, but a lot of us don't like to talk about. We don't like to face it. We don't want to hear anything about it, and that is end of life, death, grieving. What do you do? Spirits, the other realm. Is there an afterlife? What happens? I know I hear different opinions from people. There is no afterlife. I've heard when we die, we go to sleep up until the second coming. I was born with a gift, okay? And I can't help that. I have read the Bible, studied the Bible. I study the Bible every day. I meditate. I'm close to the Lord. I pray all the time. I am a Christian. So this might not sit well with other Christians, but I got to tell you, it's who I am. It's how I was born. Now, I believe I was born open, and I believe that when I was young, there was a lot of negative entities. Maybe they were demons around me, but now being close to the Lord and being spirit-filled, demons come and they try to attack, and just like they do every other Christian, but they're not within me. I'm not talking with them. I don't deal with them. The only time I deal with them is in a spiritual battle, and that's it. I do believe that angels exist. I believe that demons exist, and I believe that they're everywhere. But what about when we die? I have clients that are terrified of death. Now, we all have to do it. See, that's something. So if you're terrified of death, I really feel for you, because from the moment we're born, we're heading that way. Okay, and I don't mean to sound gruesome or morbid or anything, but it's true. We're all heading that way. We could all go at any moment. I mean, none of us are assured of the next day, of the next moment. We're not assured of anything. We're only assured of this moment right this second. I mean, as you're watching this, you could have a heart attack and cross. You get hit by a bus. I could have a heart attack and cross. I could have a brain aneurysm, whatever the case is. I mean, I have heard so many stories doing what I do about how people just cross over just without any warning at all. People are murdered every day. People die in accidents. One client I have, her husband crossed while he was getting up to get her a glass of water. Another one, he was getting ready for bed, never made it to bed. These things happen, and we know that they happen. We hear about it every day. Celebrities cross over, we hear about it. Our own loved ones. I don't think I know anybody, unless they're really young, that hasn't experienced a death that's personal to them. Some of us have dealt with near death ourselves. Either you've had a near death experience, or you've struggled with an illness or an accident or something that almost took your life. It's something that we all must deal with. And it's really difficult for a lot of people. So first I want to talk to the people who are terrified of death. If you're afraid of death, why? My question to you is why? My advice to you would be to seek out somebody who has dealt with death, maybe who had a near-death experience, or maybe who lost somebody very close to them, or maybe somebody like me who deals with death every day. Death is a big part of what I do. I help people find the closure they need to move on in this life, because the best thing that you can do for your loved one that crossed over is not to grieve and remain and hold on, but to live life to the fullest in honor of that person or people. That's a really hard pill for some to swallow. I know you miss your loved ones. I know that you wish that they were with you. And I'm sure that they wish that they could physically touch you as well. But there is an afterlife. There is something called eternity, and we're all going. Every last one of us. The fact that you are a human being means that you will be there. Animals too. I am not of the belief system. I know a lot of people claim that animals don't go. Well, animals do go. Anyway, okay, so you're struggling with fear of death. The only reason you would struggle with fear of death is if you don't really know God, if you don't know the Lord. And a lot of atheists, maybe you believe there's nothing afterwards. If you believe there's nothing afterwards, I can see why you wouldn't want to. You wouldn't want that to happen. I can't prove God to you. I can't. But look around you, look at the beauty. And I can tell you that I was born this way. I was born with one foot in the spirit realm and one foot here, and I don't know why. And I know that I struggled with a lot of abuse. I suffered through abuse. I suffered through a lot of um, assaults, sexual and emotional and physical. And that opened the door to a lot of demonic activity. And I went down the wrong road for a long time. But I can tell you one thing for certain: the Lord is real, God is real, Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. And the afterlife is very, very real. Depending on the decisions we make here, there's nothing to fear in the afterlife. Okay, and I can tell you that till you blow in the face, but until you come to know the Lord, you're still going to be frightened of that. Please seek out help from somebody that you can trust. Don't just, anybody can hang a sign on their door and say that they can do all these things. Check them out first. You'll know them by their fruit. Okay, don't just trust anybody that says they can do something. They might lead you down a really dark road, and then you might be even more frightened than you were to begin with. Okay, now, are you struggling with somebody? Have you lost someone? Death is hard. Losing someone is hard. It's not something we want to do. Even though we all know it's coming, it's nothing that's pleasant ever. Have you ever been with anybody who has crossed over? Anybody who works for hospice or anybody who has had the honor of being with somebody when they crossed over knows that it truly is an honor. It's a similar, I wouldn't say that it's equal to, but it's very similar to watching a baby be born. The joy of a baby being born. Well, when somebody passes, leaves this body, and takes their last breath, it can be an amazing experience. It will just overwhelm you. Now, hopefully, that person believes in the Lord and knows the Lord, because that makes it even that much better. I have been with people who don't and are frightened and who yell and scream, and that's very difficult to watch. But you know what? Don't think of it, if you happen to be with a loved one that's crossing, don't think of it as a bad thing, as that an ending, because it's not an ending. It is their beginning. They are beginning their eternity. They are beginning their life in their home, where they belong, where they'll be till the end of time. It's an honor. There are angels and there are demons. There are spirits in the same realm with us, and they're here to help us. They're here to assist us. The negative ones, they're the ones that whisper in our ear, tell us we're not good enough. We have our own demons within us, and we have demons outside of us, and they're just as real as this table that I'm hitting right now. In fact, they're more real, because this table is not going to last forever. The other realm is forever. Okay. Do our loved ones give us signs? A lot of people, especially different religions, will say no. When somebody dies, they go to sleep and they stay asleep and they know nothing, see nothing, whatever. I don't buy that. I don't believe that at all from my own experience. Then others will say that, they don't, it's all demonic. I think to have the comfort and the closure and to know that your loved one is okay is not demonic. I just don't believe that. And I don't believe that the Lord God would give me this gift if it was demonic. Now, for whatever reason, I was born this way, very open, and I do, with the abuse, with all the stuff that was going on in my life around them, I do believe that absolutely the door was open to demonic activity, and I was very much at risk when I was young, and then when I went down the wrong road. But now I'm spirit-filled. There's still the spirits in the spirit realm. I'm just not, that door is not open. Okay. But how do they come to us? They come to us sometimes in dreams. And I want to tell you the difference between a visit in our dream or just a dream, because we're thinking about that person. Because a lot of times our dreams are we're working out something in our subconscious that we can't work out during the day. But there are visits in our dreams. And usually a visit, a big way to know the difference is you may be sitting with that person and it doesn't dawn on you right away that they're not here any longer. They may talk to you, but it's always telepathically, and they never say a whole lot. It's more of just an energy thing. That's how you can normally tell it's a visit. They will look fantastic. They don't look sick anymore. They don't look banged up. However they cross, they don't, like if somebody was murdered, they don't look banged up or mutilated or whatever. If they were sick, they don't look sick. They look healthy. And for whatever reason, they don't speak. Like I said, if you do have a conversation, it's more telepathic. Another way is smell. Our smell is our strongest sense. So they come through, every once in a while I'll smell like a pipe, or you might smell somebody's perfume and you know that there's no perfume around. Or you might smell maybe gas or diesel if somebody's like a truck driver, or whatever the case may be, some kind of scent that's going to trigger a memory of that person. And it'll only be for a moment, and there's no physical reason for it. Maybe it's a song, but you could say, yeah, that's coming on the radio or whatever. But if it comes at specifically the right time, sometimes we see them. If you're ever going to see a spirit, you're going to see it in your peripheral vision. When you look face on, it usually is not there. There are other ways too. That's just a few. Sometimes lights flickering. They use energy from other things, electronics and stuff like that. Now you have to be careful though, because our loved ones will give us signs. It's kind of like a wink, or maybe you'll get chills. You feel like you've been touched. It's kind of like them just kind of saying, hey, I'm here, I love you, I'm watching, and that's it. It would be a flash. If you have activity that's constantly going on, if it doesn't feel good, if you get something back here, it's not good. It's not your loved one. It is an entity that's messing with you. Okay. And sometimes entities that mess with us, even though they're evil, they don't act evil. They may even tell you something that seems to fit your criteria. They may, kind of hide things on you, or play with you. They play with you at first. They want to gain your trust. Okay, they like to mess with your mind. They make a lot of people think they're going crazy, and then you go to tell somebody about it, and they just verify that for you, that you're crazy, because most people don't want to hear about it. So if it's your loved one, like I said, it's just in a flash, and it's those simple things. And what you want to do is you want to say thank you so much for letting me know that you're okay and that you're around. And then they may come back again at another time and thank them again. And each time it's going to be stronger and stronger and stronger. Don't question yourself. Don't say, oh no, it's just me. How about you say this, this, and this, and I'll know it's you? Or how about you do blah, 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 and I'll know it's you? Don't put them to the test, okay? If they're coming through, it's taking energy to do that. Be grateful for it, accept it, thank them, and next time it'll be something more. Now one thing you can do, we are told to test the spirits, is you want to ask them, if Jesus is Lord. Your loved one will verify that. And don't tell me they didn't believe. You know what, if they're on the other side now, they believe now, no matter what they believed when they were here. Proof is in the pudding, right? They're over there, they believe, trust me. They know now. No matter what they're going through, they know now. They know the truth. Okay? Because that's one thing immediately upon leaving this vessel is the truth. So just be grateful, but don't be fooled, okay? And another thing that I like to do when I get a message and I'm not sure, and because I was born this way, and because I am pretty sure most of the time, but if there comes something and I'm not sure, I ask the Lord to verify it. So the Lord will verify it in other ways. Maybe somebody will come up to you and start talking about that loved one just out of the blue. Maybe, you'll hear that song again on the radio. He will verify it for you. If you ask him to, he will. Just trust that he will. So if you're not sure, ask for verification. Now, if you have like a spirit in your home, or if you're sensing spirits, or if you have a spirit in your car, or if you're seeing shadow people, you're seeing things out of your peripheral vision, things are going missing in your house. A lot of times entities come in because there's strife in the family, but then another thing is they can be there and cause strife in the family. So it's kind of like, which came first, the chicken or the egg, right? Either way, you want to get rid of them. I don't care if you think it's a child spirit and you're there to, they're just there because they want to hang out with you. I don't care if you think, oh, it came with the house. Nobody belongs in this realm if they're not in physical body, except for like our guardian angels. The demons are here. Um, our guides are angels, but the demons will sometimes try to mess with you and either pretend to be your loved one, or they'll pretend to be like a haunting in a house. A haunting in a house is never harmless, okay? It doesn't mean you're going to get, head spinning around and things flying off the wall. It's not always like that, but it's never harmless. They're not supposed to be here. So don't say, hey, I'm fine with it. It's cool. I enjoy it. Don't do anything like play with a Ouija board and open those doors up. Don't mess with any of those things, okay? Find yourself, if you're experiencing supernatural or paranormal phenomenon, find yourself somebody who is trustworthy. You'll know them by their fruits, not just because they say they can do it, not even because they were accurate in like a reading. You want to know how this person lives, okay? You need to trust in them. Don't just read a book, and you need to see how they live. You got to know what they believe. Question them, okay, before you allow somebody to dig you deeper into a hole. Because somebody could come in and say, oh, yeah, I know how to get rid of the spirits, and you haven't checked them out, and they turn out to be a negative person guided by demonic spirits, and now you've got another 10 of them in your house instead of getting rid of the one you wanted to get rid of. But you can get rid of them. You don't have to live with them. What I'm saying is don't be fooled by that. So we live in the physical realm. We know that there's another realm that you go to, where you go when you leave your physical body. We know that there are entities and energies around us here in this realm that help us out and try to bring us down. There's a battle going on around us. And it's not in the same realm that people go when they cross over. The battle is going on in our realm and in another realm. It's more real than the physical realm. And I hope I'm making sense. I'm probably boring you. I'm looking at the time now. I'm over 17 minutes. But I just want to tell you, if your loved one crossed over, don't pray to them. You can talk to them, but don't pray to them. I hear many clients say, oh, I prayed to my son, or I prayed to my father, or I prayed to my mom. You can talk to them. Hey, Mom, I miss you. If you're around, you want to let me know? Hey, Mom, did you see what just happened? Mom, I really wish you were here and I could get your advice. But don't pray. Mom, could you make this happen? Anybody you're going to pray to, you're going to pray to God. That's it. Don't worship angels. Don't worship your loved ones that have crossed over. Don't pray to angels or loved ones. Pray to God. Even if you want to know that a loved one's okay. God, can you let me know my mom's okay? God, can you tell the angels that I need them? Okay? That is more correct. I hope I helped someone. Look, if you're grieving, if you're having a hard time letting go, that was my next thing I wanted to say. Our loved ones know that we're going to grieve. They know that that's the process. They expect us to. But the best thing that you can do is continue to live and honor them. They don't want you to take your own life. They don't want you to stop living. They don't want you to be stuck in sadness and not able to move forward, because they know that they're where they're supposed to be and you're where you're supposed to be. And there will come a time when you're going to be there too. They want you to live. One of the questions I get all the time is, my husband or wife has been gone 5 years. I'm lonely. I'd like some companionship. Will he or she be upset if, did you see the lights flicker? Will he or she be upset if, okay, if I move on? The answer is no. The only reason they would not approve is if that person that comes into your life is not good for you. Because what they want is they want you to grow. The biggest thing that I hear all the time is that they're okay, that they love you very much. They might say they're sorry or they're proud or something like that. But the biggest thing is, hey, don't lose faith. Believe in the Lord. Don't lose hope. Be happy. Be at peace. Love the Lord. Hey, this is real. I hear those things all the time. Love the Lord. Grow closer to the Lord. All right, you guys, if you're grieving, I am a grief counselor and I can help you to find that closure so that you can move on. My email address is answersforyou16@gmail.com. ANSWERS, the number 4YOU16@gmail.com. Go ahead and ask me a question, set up an appointment. Even if you're struggling, if you're feeling stuck because somebody crossed a while ago, or maybe you're struggling with the grief and the loss of not a death, but a divorce or missing somebody greatly, that still counts as grief. Maybe you're frightened of death yourself. Maybe you just have some questions, or maybe you just need help. Maybe it's not about death at all. Maybe you're just feeling stuck. I also help with missing persons and unsolved crime. If you need some help, message me. All right, guys, I'm sorry for going so long. It's a subject that I could talk about and talk about and talk about, and I do want to do. I am going. I do want to do a open forum, and I want to do a question and answer about death, because there's so many of you grieving, and I know that it hurts. I know that it hurts to lose someone. But you know what? Like I said, the best thing that we can do to honor them is to live, really live in this realm until we get to the next. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video.